Hi, and welcome to the School Health Educators Podcast, where we discuss health education and how to best teach health ed in the K 12 setting.
Hello, and welcome to the School Health Educators Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Lori Reichel. And today is episode 2 with two incredible people that I've been fortunate to get connected with who are living in the Midwest area. And they are Dr. Kristen Ford and Dr. Julie Knudsen. This episode is going to focus on what they have available on their website. It's a Google page, I believe, and the link's going to be in today's description. And I'm actually going to have these two folks introduce themselves, say hi, and then they're going to take over and go over everything on this incredible website that you have access to as a listener. So please remember, you can either listen to this on your favorite podcast platform, or you can watch this on the School Health Educators YouTube channel. So, Dr. Kristen Ford, would you mind introducing yourself first?
Hi, everyone. I'm Kristen Ford. I'm a professor at Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota. I teach both health and physical education. My master's is in school health education from University of Wisconsin-La Crosse, and I love teaching, but I also really love teaching about health ed. And so I'm really glad to be here today. Lori, thank you for having us, and I hope everyone enjoys our toolbox.
All right. Well, I'm Dr. Julie Knudsen. I also have the long O's, so forgive us. Anyway, I've been teaching for 35 years now, 17 years in the K-12 trenches, ranging from Texas to Minnesota, and so I've had some experience there. With that, I've now currently at MSUM, Minnesota State University, Moorhead. I'm like a couple blocks away from where Dr. Kristen Ford is from, and we've always been these two islands alone on our campus, and so we started connecting with each other just to help each other out, because as most of you might be feeling that you're in this island all by yourself. And there are so many people out there who can help you. So thank you, Lori, for what you do. This is fantastic, and we love following your work. All right, we're going to take you through the FUSED website. I'm going to go back to the home page, and this is just an introduction to FUSED, an overview, so to speak. Kristen, I'll let you take anything you want to add.
I think let's just a little background of sort of the format of the page. So we have, of course, this first page. There are tabs along the top that are meant, some of them are fully loaded. And then we also have the middle section here, but then also there's some ways to contact us on the bottom of the pages as well. So this might be potentially a lot, especially when we start to get in the tabs, but I want to assure you that we're trying to do this because everything was sort of located in a bunch of different spots, and we wanted one place where people could go to find this. And so it's intended to be helpful and hopefully inspire people to incorporate some of these pieces into their teaching.
And I'll just add that, we have links in here, which is taking you to another site. And it can be a rabbit hole, I suppose, in itself, but you can always come back here and then find what you were actually looking for. We also based everything off of our FUSED hourglass, which we introduced in our first article. Trying to see where that is. Of course, it's on our front page logo, but we're going to talk about that a little bit. Kristen, you want to just take care of this page a little bit?
Sure. So we have a series in Joperd all tied to FUSED. And so we went through and explained, identified what each of the acronym pieces stand for. So they're listed here. So functional, data driven, and we've actually converted that now to information. Using HBOs, skill-based cues, engaging teaching strategies and techniques. And then what we're trying to accomplish here is this daily application for developing health literate K-12 students. A lot of the images here are things that we have in our article series. So you'll be able to find those in a variety of different places.
There's some really great infographics that I think we've created, and we really want them to be useful to you. And so please feel free to use these. And our articles do explain them in detail, but that will help you. But this is a quick grab if you need them. And it goes on.
If I can interject, it's a reminder for some folks, including like when they're in classes, please remember to give credit to these folks for creating these wonderful tools.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to go into the SPAs next. Now, the SPAs has a few tabs within it. We gave CDC their own because CDC is what I call the mothership for health education. It is the place that you need to go to first for updated information because they are fantastic about keeping abreast to what's happening in health. And so the CDC resource, there's a lot of different pieces in here. I also added Minnesota government. Sorry, folks, but we are Minnesota people. So those from Minnesota, there's a quick link to our documents, but I didn't leave other states out because the CDC covers a lot of other states with many of this information. I also have the SPAs. Which if you look at these, you're going to see that we've got SOFI, Shape America, ASHA, World Health Organization, and then just some other SPAs that are out there that really support health education. So it's a quick overview of the main resources. So we really hope that you use these tools. And we hope that you can just grab and go. So you can go quickly into them. So we have shortcuts throughout. If not up on the top, you can hit the little tab buttons here in the document.
What I love about the resources that you have on your site and then what's on the School Health Educator site is it doesn't matter what organization you're a member of, we're working as a team because we need to collaborate for the wellness of children and youth. So I really appreciate that you have that also on the FUSED Toolbox site. Thank you for doing that.
And so this is just a quick, so you can kind of see the layout. We try to use our fused hourglass to layer things, starting with the top half, because the top half of our hourglass is really where CDC, SOFI, and Shape America fall into. And then they kind of dabble a little bit in the bottom half, but our tools kind of help take care of that. So, okay, I'm going to go over to pedagogy. On pedagogy, Kristen, you want to do this and I'll just move my mouse?
Sure. So this is the one that's slightly loaded. And we're always looking for more items that people are using and incorporating. All of this, including the fuse technique, please know that it's not a one size fits all and you have to do it exactly the same. All we're trying to do is inspire and maybe provide sort of the baby steps to get people transitioning from that maybe traditional teaching to more skill-based. So just know there's a variety of flexibility here. So we have some must-haves. One of the things that I think Julie and I have been figuring out or learning along the way, because we're learners just as much as our students. One of the things we've been figuring out is sort of where some of the misses or the gaps are. And one of the things that we see a lot is that there's a challenge to figure out where to start. So we identified the must-haves and what we consider to be sort of the foundational pieces that people should really be familiar with when they're designing skill-based health curriculum, teaching skill-based health curriculum. And the other thing we're learning is that there's a lot of people that are teaching health that aren't necessarily licensed in health. So we have science teachers teaching health. We have FACS teachers teaching health. We have physical education teachers. And so to try to help everybody sort of level up a little bit and making sure that they're providing an effective experience for their students, having it be motivational, inspirational. That's what these documents are intended to do, is to help provide that base or that foundation.
Yeah, there's just so much information here, and you just need to take it bit by bit. And my school is different than Kristen's school. And we're just 2 blocks away, but we have a totally different population. And we have to understand that when we're teaching health education. And we know that everybody needs to individualize their curriculum, and these tools are meant to do that. And so use them, please. But as a reference and a guide to help you make the big decisions.
Julie, can I just jump in here? Can you scroll down to the
Yes.
bottom where you just were?
Yep.
So two documents that this one right here, we've been working hard on, are trying to design something in one place where all the skill cues are. So the skill cues, just to kind of start at the very beginning, the skill cues are the steps that we want, or the performance indicators that we want our K-12 students to know and be able to do, to appropriately or accurately implement the skills. So we have the skill cues. So for example, like most of us have heard of, like, decide for decision making, or SMART goals. So it goes through and it breaks down what those cues are, and then also describes them. And there are a variety of skill cue options for even the same skill. So we're just trying to put all of those in there and let people select what might work best for them. I do want to say that we're going to be adding what we call a cheat sheet. And what we've done is we've taken all of the standards and the performance indicators, and we've run them through 2 different AI platforms to try to help unpack them and to try to identify what they actually are asking, or what they're actually meaning. That was also a gap that we've come across with our students, is that yes, they read these performance indicators and they read it, but they don't fully comprehend sort of the depth of what it's asking or wanting us to make sure that we're teaching. And so we just use 2 different AI platforms to try to help sort of distinguish what those things are. And we are going to post that here to try to expedite and help make things more efficient for educators.
I'll add too, though, that this check or cue sheet, I mean, I consider it a cheat sheet as well, because it's a go-to. You can find a bunch, but it's not all encompassing. I mean, we've missed many, but we've got the big ones in here that are commonly used, and they're all cited appropriately, so you can know who said what, and you have access to that. So we really feel it's a valuable document, and it's broken down also by grade levels. So kind of powerful. Going into some more tabs under the tools, we have standard-based teaching, and so this is one that's kind of working on, and we're growing it. And it may not have everything you need in there quite yet, but we are fixing this one up. Art of writing a clinical learning objective. We in higher ed have to teach how to write these learning objectives and make sure that they're measurable. And so I like the ABCD method, and that's what I particularly use. You all may use something slightly different, which is excellent. It's just not, it's not the one that I'm doing. Again, we all teach differently. And so we're adding to that. We have some assessment pieces that we're working on, and this is always growing and changing. In Instructional technologies are in here, and so that's a vast one. And again, it's ever changing. But if you're not using technology, this might be a great place to go and see what's available. And it sends you to the links of the people who are set these up and are in charge of those technologies. You want to continue for me, Kristen?
Sure. So people can probably see, but we have classroom management, articles or things that we come across that can help with a positive classroom management. One of my babies and favorite things to talk about is in how can we engage our learners. And so one of the things you'll read about in our FUSED article series is we talk about the 80-20 method. And so of 100% of a class period, who should do the 20% and who should do the 80%. And so whenever I ask my undergrads, oftentimes who does the 80 and who does the 20, they always think that the teacher, the professor, does the 80. And so I quickly introduce to them that nope, that is in fact not true. We want the students to be doing the 80% of the heavy lifting during the class period, which also transfers to the K-12 experience as well. And then the whoever's teaching, the instructor, would be the 20%, and that 20% is often broken up into smaller chunks. We talk about inclusive practices. We talk about the rock stars. So teaching health education rock stars. We have Lori's page in here among a variety of others. You're welcome. And so this is one too, that if there are individuals that that are really promoting and supporting skill-based health ed that would be a good or a value to others, please let us know. We can post those at any time. And then also some articles that are out there as well.
Yeah, and so it's really there's a lot of information here, and I think the best way to tackle this one is to just go in there and look at it. See what the ones that you want to use the most, and you start bookmarking those in your own sites so that they are even more user friendly for you. And so please make sure you try and explore this. We created this for you, the health educator, so that you can go to one place and find some information as quickly as possible. And you'll notice that each page has a long table of contents you have to get through, but that's also linked so it can go right down there. And so that's also very nice. So we've learned a little bit about web design, and we probably made some mistakes, but we will fix them as we learn better. And we thank you, and we hope this helps.
This was very well put together. As a person that has a website, and it's really funny because somebody will call up and go, oh, this isn't working, and they think it's an easy fix, and it's like, okay, it's going to take a little time.
Yeah, we might have some broken links, and we'll just let us know and we'll fix them.
Yep. But it's really put together so well because I've enjoyed looking over things. I also want to say that there are two tabs that weren't gone over today, and that is about the authors, these two wonderful people, both Kristen and Julie. And again, it's such a pleasure to connect with others that are talking about skill-based health education. It's really wonderful to do that. They also have some information about FUSE training, so you can connect with them, and I will make sure that I have an email address and other information, a link to their site here on today's description. Before we go today, is there anything else you'd like to add or share with the audience?
Well, I just want to add, I hope this helps. It was a passion project for Dr. Ford and myself, and we did this not only for our students, but for anyone and everyone who teaches health education or works with any part of aspect of the K-12.
Yeah, I would add on to that I want students, and so I'm projecting here, but I want students to when we say, what's your favorite class? I want students to joyfully answer, I love my health class. I read a book recently called The Purple Cow, and by Seth Godin, and it talks about being remarkable and distinctive. And the premise is being a purple cow in the fields of brown cows. And I think health educators have an opportunity to be the purple cow, be remarkable, be distinctive, be impactful, be influential. And so we're trying to help people, get to that point, but also understanding that there's a limited amount of time in the day. It's challenging. I mean, people have personal lives and trying to balance that with their professional lives. And so we're trying to help sort of expedite the work that needs to be done to be remarkable and distinctive, and also ensuring that they can do a good job on the curriculum so that they can spend time paying attention to the students that are sitting right in front of them and developing those healthy relationships. So we thank everyone who's listening, who's watching, who's teaching, and we look forward to hearing more stories and continuing to try to make skill-based health ed the norm.
It's a great way to end this episode. Again, I thank you both. I really appreciate the passion that you definitely have here. I feel it. And I really appreciate, again, the hard work you've done to put this together and the articles that you've put together also that are available. There's going to be links, the ones that are out already in the Journal of Physical Education, Recreation, and Dance. The links are on the FUSED Toolbox website. And for you, all of you listening in, thank you so much for listening in or watching if you're on the YouTube channel. And remember to like this episode, follow the School Health Educators podcast. This is the one podcast that really focuses on school health educators, what we do, because we can sometimes be in our silos, yet we're trying to open up and meet others and connect so we can get stronger skills to best help children and youth. So thank you for listening in, and please check out the FUSED Toolbox website as well as the schoolhealtheducators.org website. And yeah, be a purple cow. Continue to do the wonderful work that you're doing out there, folks. You do matter. What we're doing in the health education classroom, we do make an impact. We don't always know it at that moment. We might hear years later, but you're really important. So thanks for doing what you're doing, and have a great day.
Thank you.